This is the future, or at least Hyundai thinks so. It's called the Nexo, and while on the outside it looks like a regular SUV, underneath here is the latest in hydrogen fuel cell technology. This is the spearhead of Hyundai's future strategy of clean, green vehicles. The South Korean brand has taken the lessons it learnt on the iX35 fuel cell vehicle to create the Nexo as a standalone model in the range. The sleek, minimalist styling makes the Nexo stand out from the rest of the brand's SUVs to give it a more premium look, both inside and out. Under the bonnet is the brand's latest hydrogen fuel cell, which generates the electricity to power the car's electric motors. There are 3 hydrogen tanks mounted underneath the floor that Hyundai claims gives the Nexo a range of more than 600 kilometres on a single fill that can take just 5 minutes. So what's it like driving the future? Well, to be honest, it's not that much different from what we have today, because at its core, the Nexo is really an electric car. It just happens to have the hydrogen fuel cell under the bonnet, producing said electricity. So when you put your foot down, it goes. It's got pretty good performance for, a mid-size SUV. It's not a Tesla. Don't think of it as, these sort of ludicrous acceleration. But with 120 kilowatts of power, 395 newton meters of torque, it goes good. It's got plenty of go. In terms of the way it drives, it is actually a little bit different from what you get in an electric car, and it's sort of somewhere between what we've come to expect from an EV and an internal combustion engine, because the fuel stack is underneath the bonnet. You actually do have quite a sizable amount of weight underneath there. So it actually, handling wise, it's more like a conventional car, because you are moving quite a lot of mass whenever you turn the wheel, as opposed to electric cars with their smaller motors. But overall, it's actually quite a conventional car to drive in so many respects. But it's not just the powertrain that's cutting edge. The Nexo also comes with Hyundai's latest self-driving systems, which can maintain the car in its lane, as well as active cruise control that keeps a safe distance from the cars ahead. And it can even bring the car to a complete stop when required. I gotta say, as far as not driving the Nexo goes, as you can see on the freeway here, I can take my hands off the wheel for quite extended periods of time actually. I gotta say it's as good as any autonomous car I've driven. It stays in the lanes quite well, it keeps a good distance from the cars around it. It's pretty impressive stuff, and it shows that this sort of motorway driving does really highlight the benefits of autonomous vehicles, particularly in Australia, where you have got lots of long distance travelling to do on a lot of motorways where we do have good road conditions for it. Cars like this really do show you where the future is headed. The Nexo is definitely coming to Australia, but initially it will only be sold to government and corporate fleets, given the obvious need to establish a hydrogen refuelling station network. At present, there is only one pump in Australia capable of refuelling the Nexo, located at Hyundai's Sydney headquarters. The key to the long-term success of hydrogen cars like the Nexo is public infrastructure. If enough public refueling stations become available, then Hyundai Australia is likely to expand sales to private buyers. It won't be cheap though, with an initial expected asking price of around $85,000. But Hyundai's hope in the Nexo is just the next step in the journey towards a mainstream acceptance of hydrogen as a fuel of the future. Based on my initial drive here in Korea, I think Hyundai might be onto something. The Nexo offers the benefits of an electric car, zero harmful emissions, and the range we expect from a traditional petrol SUV. This really could be the future.